Last time on NJ Sailing, we took some time to enjoy the scenic routes around the island and hiked the goat trail leading to great views over English Harbor. We also started the next step of our Dodger canvas project of getting our tracks adhered to the cabin top, before enjoying our last night out in Antigua with some friends at a local restaurant for fish and chips.
We're gonna play 2 reefs then.
2 reefs?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way we don't have to worry about reefing tonight.
Sounds good to me. No way, shake them out. Bye-bye, Antigua. We'll miss you. Antigua after about, it's been 3 weeks here now. Really, really good times here. It was great cruising with friends. But we are ready to see Saba. We're really excited for that. It's been on our list since we saw it 4 years ago from St. Martin. So hopefully it's just a nice downwind, back quarter to downwind sail overnight to get there in the morning, do some exploring. Yeah. Oh, and you guys all know, end cap on the tiller now, no puncturing.
We actually got something accomplished.
One thing.
One project done.
Yep.
Okay, is it a catamaran or sailing vessel?
No, it's a monohull.
Okay, I'll copy. AXA rescue boat to go on scene to assist the vessel. It is possible for you to stay during the time of...
Right now we are about 8 or 9 miles outside of Falmouth Harbor. We're on our course to Saba, going northwest with the winds east. Cruising along at like a nice 6.5 knots, but there's a conversation that just came up on the VHF. Apparently there is a charter boat, 41-foot monohull that was going out of the harbor, and they lost their engine, and they would have to beat back into the wind to get to the harbor, which, sun in my eyes, didn't quite catch the part of why they can't or are not doing that, but there's been another call from a neighboring boat that's getting, I guess, a better VHF connection, talking to the local Coast Guard to see if they can get someone out there to tow this monohull back in. So it's probably about an hour of daylight left, but if they're only 3 miles outside the harbor, hopefully, they have some kind of Coast Guard vessel near where they can get out to them right away and at least get some lines on while it's still light, because it sounds like all the people aboard are kind of seasick right now. We didn't get the full story, but hopefully everything gets taken care of, and I guess it's better that it didn't happen in the middle of the night, so we'll just hope that it all works out for them. But our trip is going good so far. Matt's trying to catch a little bit of sleep out in the cockpit before he has to go on shift at 8 o'clock, and I am just enjoying a gorgeous, gorgeous sunset view over the rolling hills of Antigua as we say goodbye to it. I hope we'll be back next year, somehow.
After hearing that the distressed vessel was able to drop anchor in an outlying harbor while they waited for assistance, we were able to ease our minds and settle in for our overnight journey. As morning broke, we had Saba in our sights as the wind and the waves at our back pushed us closer to our destination. Saba is a relatively unvisited and unspoiled island, with its villages perched high within its mountain peaks. Until the 1950s, there were no roads on the island, only steep and difficult trails between the two main towns. The tallest point on Saba is called Mount Scenery, and at just over 2,900 feet is the highest point in the Kingdom of the Netherlands. One of the most interesting parts of Saba, and probably one of the things that kept it unspoiled for so long, is that until the mid-20th century, the only way to get from shore to the town of the bottom, 1,200 feet above sea level, was to take a set of nearly 500 steps known as the ladder, which led vertically up a cliff on the west side of the island.
Find us a mooring yet?
I do not see a single ball anywhere. To me, it looks like everyone's at anchor. I don't know. I'll have to see once we get closer, I guess.
Getting the last open mooring, we sat down to relax, enjoying the breathtaking views from the water, and saved our energy for a hike to the top of Mount Scenery the next day.
After a, actually not as wet as we thought, dingy ride in from the west side of Saba to the fort where we've got ourselves checked in, we're ready to do exploring. We just got out of the Marine Park office and she told us about some great trails that were really excited. Matt thought that they took euros here, so he loaded his wallet with it. We had just enough US to clear in, so I think the first thing of the day is going to be hitting an ATM, maybe getting a quick snack, and then checking out one of the trails. So hopefully 2 days here. Lots to cover. I'm expecting it to be gorgeous. We know it's going to be. So now we're going to start hiking the trail from the fort to the bottom and hopefully get picked up along the way, because it's going to be a tall walk. Very high.
Tall walk.
A tall walk. It's going to be a strenuous walk with lots of elevations. So maybe someone will be nice enough to just throw us in their back seat or the back of their truck on our way up.
This is steep.
Starting the hike. 23% grade. Matt gets the lucky job of having the backpack on him. Don't worry, there's nothing in there but our jackets and like our other camera, so it's not like he's lugging rocks or anything. Alright, let's get all the way up to the bottom.
The first hike of Saba was going from where we check in the harbor up to the town of the Bottoms. It was a, what did it say, 23% grade?
Yeah.
23% grade. We realized we're extremely out of shape. We made it like halfway and we're wheezing and coughing and so on. Luckily, the customs officer that checked us in was driving past, picked us up, and drove us the rest of the way here. Beautiful town. And so now I think what we're going to end up doing is trying to hitchhike our way to another part of the island, the other side of the island, the Windwards.
We're going to finish our snacks, our healthy snacks.
Healthiest snack.
Healthy snack with a delicious dessert. And then we're going to hike our way over to the Windward side.
Yep, and hopefully find Wi-Fi so we can check emails.
Yeah. We heard hitchhiking was supposed to be easy on this island, but we've just been turned down by like 5 cars. So I guess we'll hang around the bottom for a bit more. We haven't even seen a taxi. Maybe we'll try and seek one out. Or the nice customs guy that brought us to the bottom is supposed to be going to the Windward side in like an hour. So if we see him, maybe we'll just flag him down again. That was another big nope.
Wah, wah.
This doesn't work.
We're going to have the pretty one sticking some out.
I know, we haven't had Matt try yet. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
No one wants to pick me up.
Nope.
And we're on our way again, but I realized one good thing about walking is that when you're in a vehicle, you can't stop at a moment like I want to right now and be like, oh my gosh, look at this view. Because you can really only get it when you're standing on the side of the road right here. Maybe we'll just sit here all afternoon. We just need an umbrella for shade.
Yep. Shade.
Buy an umbrella, get a couple Coronas, and chillax. But down there we have the bottom, which is the Caribbean's perfect little Shangri-La, hidden gem in the middle of the mountains. But now we walked up the hill from the town of the Bottom to St. John, which was a pretty good hike. Now that we're on kind of like the center of the island and we have those trade easterlies blowing on us, I think it might be a doable walk. And I have to say that now that we're past the bad part, I kind of like the walking, because then you get to like really see all the sights where, you know, a fast car ride through these hills would be fun, but then all of the views are just whizzing by you. And actually, as we come around this corner,
It is absolutely beautiful here.
it is so beautiful. And as we come around the corner here, you can see Statia in the background, which is also about like 2,000 meters above sea level. So, yeah, pretty good sized volcano itself. We're in the set of islands that kiss the clouds, because they're the tallest within the Caribbean, or at least in the Leeward Islands. So, amazing, amazing views on this hike. Well worth it. Says me.
So the gentleman that we see here was the engineer of this road. He was born here, lived on the island. So the Netherlands, they sent a architect here, engineer here, to investigate if they could build a road between the two main cities, and said it just couldn't be done at all. So this guy took a correspondence course on engineering for road building, and they ended up hand building this whole area with shovels and picks. All the road that we've just taken from the Bottoms to the Windward side, they did it all by themselves. The crazy part, though, is they actually did it in those like 5 years that they accomplished that whole feat.
Between like 1952 and 1958 or something.
Yeah, unbelievable that they're able to do that with picks and shovels and so on without any big equipment. But yeah, remarkable that it was done. It's a great road now. Now the Netherlands has sent more money here and more, I think, skilled workers for that kind of stuff here. So they've kept up the road real well.
Yeah, got picked up again.
Yeah.
By the same customs guy there. Awesome.
Yeah.
Saved our butts twice today.
It was about a 30-second ride, so we were almost there. So.
But now we're gonna go up Mount Scenery for some of the best views on the island.
Oh, is the race on?
The race is on.
Race
Let's
is
go,
on. Let's
Johnson.
do this.
Run, run, run. But wow, like just stepping in here is already like a different world. We were just saying that it's 1,045 steps to go. I'm definitely gonna be ready for lunch and a beer when we get back, but it's like jungle already. Like we went from windblown, kind of like desert shrub, to jungle, like literally right across the road.
Making Jessica carry some of the load for a little bit. Why do you have energy?
Because I'm excited to be here.
It is beautiful.
We've been wanting to come here for 4 years now. This is like the one spot in the Caribbean that was kind of like, we have to go to Saba.
It was.
And now we're here. And it is amazing. Everything I could have dreamed of. And more. As I walk into the rocks. Jessica does not have balance. Good thing we live on a boat, right? Who needs balance for that?
What do you think? We're at like 250 steps maybe?
I'd say so. So we're a fifth of the way there.
Yeah.
And you can see it's kind of sweating.
Just a little warm. But it helps not having a backpack.
I take it back now. It's harder with a backpack.
Yeah.
No more leg kicks over here. Yep, I'd say we're on the right track. Mount Scenery, this way. Well, I don't know how high we are up right now. When we pulled the drone out to not only find out our altitude, but see if we can get it, and it turns out for some reason didn't charge, so we brought a portable charger. We're trying to get that going right now, but we're starting to get into the area where the mountain peak gets covered in clouds. We're like right at that line right now, so we'll see if we want to keep going up, because we're here for the view, so he can't see anything, and we are exhausted after having hiked all the way from the bottom to the windward side. And then, I don't know, I say we climbed at least like 800 some steps so far. So we've definitely got
I think there's probably 10 more steps.
There's probably 10. We're a little too tired to find out. So we've got our workout in today, and we're going to see if we can get the drone going, but if not, we're going to finish catching our breath, eat our combos, and head back down to the windward side of town where we're going to have a nice lunch and a cold beer. But wow, haven't had this much exercise in a while. Look at that view. We may not have made it to the top in the scenic overlook, but I still think this view is well worth the hike. Besides, you're only gonna get higher in the clouds anyway, so. I am very proud of us today, Matt.
Yeah! So moral of the story.
What's the moral?
Take a taxi to the beginning of the climb.
Yes.
And you'll be all right. If you can climb 1,090 something stairs.
Yep.
But we climbed from sea level to wherever the hell we're at.
Yeah, so if anyone who has done this hike before knows where we are, you'll know how high we are, because we don't.
Beautiful, isn't it?
So pretty.
Let's talk about you.
Nah. Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. There's a barrel up here.
Damn, Matt, being the overachiever he is, we're going to the top. Hopefully not very far. I think we're at, well,
Whatever.
we're gonna call it our top, because there, you get to this little plateau right here, and then there's a nice little bench here, and you're like, yay! And then, okay, scenic view. Now you have to go down, right? Not the case. You can see through there. See those bars? Yeah, they take you to the scenic view. I'm not going that far.
No, it's not. It's really not that far.
But I can't get it. This is our top.
I'm proud of this.
And now we are on the road down to this city of Windward, the biggest city here in Saba. And then we're gonna maybe get some food, but most importantly try and find a ride back to the bottom. Because I don't think Matt's knees can handle a walk back, unfortunately.
That is like an aircraft carrier.
That is.
Look at how short that is.
Basically start to finish is right there in the frame from, where's my finger? Like right there's the start, right there's the end.
And you got a drop off right at the end.
Finished the hike and we're celebrating with a couple of tall Heinekens, a couple of jumbo burgers on the way, and best of all, this view. You cannot beat that while you're eating.
Just absolutely incredible. It just keeps going to around.
I've so been looking forward to this. But we talked about it on our hike, and because it's not as easy as we thought to get from Fort Bay where the dinghy is to even the bottom to windward side where everything is, and because we're cutting it really, really tight with having to get to St. Martin to fly out in a few days, I think this is going to be our only day here, which is a shame, but we fit a lot in, and definitely glad that we made the stop in the first place. So trying to make today count to the fullest. We're going to try and get to customs and immigration before they close, and then first thing tomorrow morning we're headed for Simpson Bay to start getting the boat ready to leave it for a week. But I'm going to drink all of this. I'm going to drink all of this in. I'm going to drink all of this in. We had a magic thumb this time. We got picked up from the first car. I'm looking at Matt. I don't know why.
Jessica's charm actually worked for us.
So it was original, like a Dutch guy from Holland that moved here a few years ago and brought us over, and thankfully we did not have to make that long walk from Windward over to the bottom. And so now we just have to get from the bottom down to Fort Bay where the dinghy is waiting for us. And we have a cat that may or may not know that we left the boat today, so we'll see. But for one day in Saba, fantastic time. I just wish we can get back here next year.
Oh, it's a
Extremely.
beautiful island, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. Okay.
Very lucky to live here.
Way too much, but
So one day, not enough. Unfortunately, it's all that we can give, but we're just happy that we were able to stop it all because it was one of those things that we knew we wanted to get to. We overstayed our trip in Antigua a little longer than we should have. But yeah, just very, very glad that we made the stop here. So I hope we'll be back again sometime.
Join us for the next episode of MJ Sailing, where we take what we hope is going to be our last wet ride with no Dodger canvas, as we sail from Saba to St. Martin. Our big project when we arrive is to enclose the cockpit before our Atlantic crossing, running out of time and using $35 worth of vinyl to get the project done.